Anyway, the Egyptians broke down the concept of the soul into multiple parts, and like your journey through death into multiple bits and bobs. An interesting
I see all.
thing being
I know all. My power knows no bounds. And yet your will is free because you were made to be free. It is the very principle of your existence, without which the trials of this world would hold no meaning. To seek salvation must be your choice.
Okay, I need to go back and unlock the fan, as we saw. This is great because it gives me an opportunity to, like, kind of break down, the spirit in ancient Egyptian. So never mind, I solved it. So, they had, like, a little bird creature with a human head that was something that gave the dead the ability to, like, spiritually return and kind of view the mortal world again, which is wild. I forget the name of it. I think it's a play on Ibis. God, I forget the name. Couldn't pronounce it then. Can't recall it now. But that little bird head thing let people see and, like, view the world after they got back. I know this one. So we have one laser, one connector, and one connection point. Do I want to do that yet? We'll solve this one in a second. This is one of the coolest, like, meta puzzles in the game, so I want to give proper due, I guess, to it. Oogie Kafoogie! Or Matcha. All my friends are here. Man on the moon. They also believed that the human shadow was a, like, part of your soul since it followed you, which is really funny to see, or really funny to read about. Okay. That's not right. I think I need to reset this puzzle. I know what to do here. Okay. So we attach fan. Jump off. Dang it. Oh, I made it. Okay. Okay. I don't need a key, right? Ha! I need a key. Means I have to get up here again. For you, game. Isn't there a turn back here?
The beginning were the words,
Oh.
and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat.
Where the words end, the world ends. A great definition of Kaim or Kim. Okay, so there's a key somewhere.
The beginning were...
Ah! Okay. I think I get the keys in here. I'm not certain, though. I believe I have to jam this one. With their async. I get another jammer there. I have to jam you and potentially you? I can jam you? Keys. But I don't know if that's the right set of keys. Right? Yeah, I have to use these keys to unlock this gate. Sheep Greek. Okay, well, this no longer needs to be jammed, because I have the keys. Council. I was hoping you would have paint bucket. Both of you are jammed, then I can bring this one through. Correct? I think so. I think this is what I need to do. Can I jam through this window? Okay, so I need to... Those orbs will kill me. I need to jam that door so that I can look through the window to jam one of the two spheres. So they're a sufficient distance apart. Oh, you know what? Jam. I can cut away a piece. And if I can save myself a piece, then I should do so. So let's full reset. That is now open by a jammer that's on the other side. So I've saved a jammer. One. Aha. And then we have to go there. And then I have to open up that very end piece. And I need this saved jammer in order to do so. Now we navigate past the explosive spheres. Bada bing. I got a set of keys, but it's not the one that I wanted. Silver herring!
I keep having these dreams. Great empty cities, silent roads stretching for miles, the Earth from space, all dark. Not a single light to guide me home. But if someone really came from another world, what would the Earth look like to them? A wilderness? A wasteland? I don't think so. Even after thousands of years, they'd see a world shaped by our hand in every aspect of its being. They'd see the cities and the roads, the bridges, the harbors, and they would say, here lived a race of giants. These dreams, they scare me, but they also remind me that we built all of this.
Cut away. I don't even know if I need to cut away, but you know, I'm doing it. think I need to cut the jammer through. Which means... Right... Now, I need pieces of this puzzle later. It involves the super cool Easter egg. Should be able to... Ah. Behind the statue, there is a wall that you can jam. There is a star. Grab connector. I think I need 2 of them. Where am I? I'm getting a little lost myself. Now there was that connector on the moon. But I don't want to connect it yet. Second connector. I'll remember the earlier puzzle, the very first one we walked into. Can I see that from there, though? I don't know if I can see you from here. So I can easily get this laser to connect those 2 spots by standing. Yet... Got it. What else do I get to connect? But the secret area with the red laser. We head back into the tomb. And looky here. Okay, now... Paint bucket! All of my friends have put spaces on the outside of puzzle chambers. Zin. Oh. Right at the entrance. I have traveled to the edge of the known world, though it seems to stretch on forever. Our domain is much less than we imagined. Okay, and now was the set of keys here? I think the set of keys is in that puzzle. Man on the moon. I'm just gonna go over for now. Because I'm pretty sure it's literally just like... Ah. Got it. I was lying on a rock. It's very mean of them to add a key requirement. No, I'm fine. Oh, okay. Light parkour. Now. Where is the moon? There it is. First, we see that's a connector up there. Then also... Am I supposed to come back after? I think I'm supposed to come back after. This one Easter egg is taking up more time than all of the puzzles combined. Connect to the moon. And it spin. It becomes as bright as the sun, sweet Jeeb. Eh? Oh, damn it. And we can already see the man on the moon, but, you know, making me do this 3 times. It's so rude of them to... Oh. Now we can see. Boy, that's bright. If we look to the moon, who's that guy? The man on the moon. Can I turn down glare? Or bloom, excuse me? Hi, what are you doing? You know how old this game is? The performance is supposed to be maximum. That crashed the game. Yes? No? Okay. Well, apologies, I don't know why that wasn't on before. It's too bright, but that's Space Core up there, I believe. From Portal. Oops. Aperture Science. If you're interested in the Portal series, I have played both Portal 1 and 2. You don't have anything for me, right? You can find those playthroughs on the channel. Here's what I've been wondering while you were off carrying out commandments. You say that consciousness is some kind of functional system arranged bits in a pattern of the right order. And out springs sentience. I never use the word sentience. Not in my definition of consciousness. It's all very well on paper, but if what counts is what something does, not what it's made of, then couldn't you and I design a series of tin cans and strings qualified as being conscious? I did not... Strings are sensory input. So technically, yes. Because I could make a tripwire, and that's technically something that's reacting to its environment, right? But it's not a... Well... Yeah, that could be a mechanical process, sure. That's a good point, actually. It seems very silly at first, because it's a logical extreme, right? But if the only thing that consciousness requires is it has sensory input and can react to that sensory input, then technically a trigger system for like a, you know, if I duct taped a grenade to a wall and then strung up string across as a tripwire to the grenade's pin, that's technically a conscious being. Because it has sensory input, i.e. The tripwire bit, and then it has a reaction, the explosion. It would make every mousetrap a conscious being. Which means we do... I like that. We do need to have a more thorough description of consciousness than just sensory input and, like, reaction to that sensory input. This is an argument that completely turns my definition of consciousness on its head. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, let me just, to make sure that I'm even using the term correctly. Consciousness definition. Can you see why I love this game? Consciousness is a state of being awake and aware of one's surroundings. The awake part, I guess. Well, no. No. I don't like that definition either. Because... that still makes the Venus flytrap conscious. Because plants enter a state of dormancy at night. Or they a period of rest. But I guess technically that might not be what it means by awake. To be awake, you need to have the state of being able to be not awake, though, like asleep, right? Which is just a dormant state. So that still fits plants, which I don't know if I agree with. And a dormant state could be the lever on the grenade being pushed down. That's the safety lever. So, you know, it can be in both a dormant or an awake state, quote-unquote. and it still has sensory input of its surroundings. So I don't like that definition of consciousness. A grenade would still count as being a conscious entity. I feel like I'm Diogenes at this point, and I've plucked the chicken and sprinted naked into Plato's classroom and said, "Look, it's Plato's man, a featherless biped." Only I'm holding a grenade. Look, it's mankind's consciousness. You know what? Yeah. That... I really like this argument, because it completely trashed my idea of consciousness being, okay, sensory input, right? The common parlance definition of consciousness doesn't work, because according to common definition, a mousetrap would be considered conscious, which it's clearly not. Huh. And like, okay, we could add the technical amendum, but it needs to be made of biological, like, living material. I'm pretty sure I could make a mousetrap out of living material. It'd be a horrendous flesh beast, but, you know. You could make the effect of a living mousetrap. That's just a Venus flytrap. So then we run into the problem of, does a plant count as conscious? Because a plant can be both dormant and awake. It has sensory input. It has all the mechanisms of a mousetrap, but no, like, neural processing. Right? It's a purely mechanical switch. But then we run into the problem of distinguishing the koala with its purely mechanical processing of it's not actually thinking, it's just following a basic process. It has a trigger, but... yeah. Huh. I need to rethink on sentience. Being qualified as being conscious. Yeah, I'd say that we would. What a bizarre idea. I'll send you the notification when the signposts start complaining. Seriously though, are the tides of the ecosystem sentient as well? Any organized system qualifies? Well, again, it used sentient and conscious as the same word or as synonymous. They are not. They're entirely different concepts. Huh. I'm gonna say ridiculous as in... well, I have to... the thing is, he's right. So... where's the option for, perhaps I need to rethink, right? I don't know which one of these would be agreeing with him more, because, like, it's ridiculous, I agree. want to say sure, just because, like, under common parlance, we need to change the definition of... You're quite mad, I'm sure of it. Right.
Do not think I know not the deceiver slithering through the hidden words. His wisdom is hollow and born of despair. Do not let him tangle you in his webs of delusion. Have faith in me, and his petty illusions will fall away like nightmares in the morning's light.
Don't mind him, he's just worried if you ask too many questions. You'll start to see through his shtick. Cool. Huh. I need to go through and I need to redefine consciousness and sentience and whatnot. Because I am... I don't accept the common definition of sentience, or of consciousness anymore. Words. I can't speak. Let's do some more puzzles. That's easier than thinking right now.